All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the New York Jets. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Looking back to Leonard Fournette's rookie campaign, over 1,000 yards rushing. And coming into the league, some people saw this kid as an ex-Adrian Peterson. What can we expect from him going forward?
I like the comparison because of the size, the strength, the speed. But I think he catches the ball better than Adrian Peterson. So I think they can up his utilization in the passing game. But what really impressed me was down the stretch in the divisional playoff game against Pittsburgh, hurt his ankle, left the game for a while, and came back and helped power his team to a big victory. Remember, he had some dings at LSU that kept him out of a few games. I thought that was a breakthrough for Leonard Fournette.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Bortles now on 1st down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's go. 72.
From the gun, it's Bortles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play. Bortles to Westbrook. 46 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Darius Stewart now on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
This is the running back, Powell. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Oh, this looks like a free play for Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. 2nd down, Bridgewater. That's complete over the middle to Stewart. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a gain of 6, and that is going to set up a third. Well, you gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Bridgewater on 1st down. And this is caught by Curse. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. These Jags and Jets, they met in one of the stranger games a season ago, week 4, I believe it was, and got all the way down to 28 seconds remaining in OT before Chandler Catanzaro ended it for the Jets with a 41-yard field goal to win 23-20.
One of the highlights of the season for the Jets, but how about the Jaguars finishing their year at the AFC Championship game?
They'll throw again. Bridgewater rolling to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Bridgewater again. He's got Curse. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now...
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Santos able to tack on the extra point. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Spread right, 72, roll left.
Here's Bortles to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, You are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Throwing, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Forced, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Henry Anderson in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Get wide, man. Get set, get set.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Throwing deep for Stewart. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 61 yards. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. He'll get it up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Third and goal for Bridgewater. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. A minute 57 to go in this 1st half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will knot us up at 10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance,
out of the drive.
they'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
372.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got Moncrief. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Bortles to the former Colt Moncrief for a Jaguar first down. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Looking long for Westbrook. That's caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play. Bortles to Westbrook. 46 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
Omaha. 372. Lucy.
Again, it's Bortles. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Tremaine Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Powell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Keeps himself upright. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Bridgewater. Pryor has it complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They go play action. Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This is taken at the 15. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Lucy.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles trying to lay one up deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 77 yards. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from the wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there?
To head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Bridgewater. He's got it. This is Bilal Powell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Bridgewater being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dante Fowler able to drop him for a loss of 4. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. To throw is Bridgewater. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Bridgewater. Now he'll escape to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Telvin Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. First down, Bridgewater. Over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That throw good for 4. It's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
To throw, Bridgewater. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. handoff. Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Bridgewater now. Complete out right to Kurz. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Let's go, let's go.
Bortles going to throw here. He sets to fire deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When we talked about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog. This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Bridgewater in sync with Pryor there for a Jet first.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Anderson. They give him a gain of 37. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for two and decide it right now.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Bortles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Lucy.
Back to throw, Bortles. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
To throw is Bortles. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Bortles going to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Jags do snap it. It's Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their...
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Gotta go.
Now the first throw in overtime for Bridgewater. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he gets it.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Does the big boy have the juice? And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown,